Welcome to this session on building the network in Harmony SASE. My name is Lalas Hassan. I'm working as a technical trainer with Checkpoint. In this video, we will learn how to create a network, add gateways, configure access policies, and implement firewall rules to secure connectivity for users. Here's what we'll cover in this session. First, an overview of Harmony SASE network architecture. Then we will create a network and region, add gateways, and configure access policies. We'll also implement firewall rules, test connectivity, and wrap up with best practices and key considerations. Let's start by understanding the architecture behind Harmony SASE. Harmony SASE is Checkpoint's secure access service edge solution, designed to unify security and connectivity for users everywhere. The core components include networks, regions, and gateways. Networks define logical boundaries. Regions determine geographical placement for low latency, and gateways act as secure entry points. When building the network, our goal is to enable secure, optimized connectivity for users and resources. Key considerations include subnet planning for scalability and adding redundancy with multiple gateways. Let's see how we can create a network and a region. To create a network, we should navigate to networks in this Harmony SASE portal and click Create Network. You will get a menu like that you can see on the right hand side of the video. You have to give network a unique name and select the region closest to your users for optimal performance. Configure a gateway for this region and choose a subnet that doesn't overlap with other internal network. Remember, subnet selection is permanent, so we have to plan carefully. Subnet planning is critical for scalability, and we should avoid IP conflict. Harmony SASE supports private IP ranges like 10.172.16. and 192.168. Your CIDR choice always impacts scalability. For example, /22 allows only one gateway, while a /12 supports up to 1024 gateways. Always avoid overlapping with your internal networks. So next, let's see how to add a gateway to our network. Gateways act as secure entry points for user traffic into the SASE fabric. To add a gateway, navigate to your network configuration. Select the region where you want the gateway deployed and activate it for user connections. Gateways ensure secure connectivity and provide redundancy and load balancing when multiple gateways are deployed. So this is the screen that you get as you can see on the video on the right hand side, to select the regions and add number of gateways, and later you can activate it. So we will see the real practical demonstration in the next videos how to add gateways. Okay, now let's talk about building access policies. Access policies define who can access what resources. We can start by enabling the firewall or access policies feature and set a default rule, usually deny, to enforce least privilege. Then we can create rules based on source, destination, and action. We have to apply and publish changes to enforce the policies. Let's talk how to add a firewall rule. Firewall rules provide granular control over traffic. Common rule types include allow rules for required resources and block rules for risky or non-business sites. Best practice include using fully qualified domain name or application objects for flexibility. Applying rules to groups instead of individual users and regularly reviewing rules for compliance are best practices. In this demo, we'll create a Harmony SASE network, add a gateway, and configure firewall rules to control user access. So this is the foundation of private access and micro-segmentation. So first task is to create a network. So first we will create a network. So from the left-hand pane, you can see the option, as you can see in the screen. If you go to the left-hand menu, we have networks. And before that, we should make sure that we are using the right workspace. As I've selected here, CP internal training. So after that, you can go to the left-hand menu, click on networks. And once you click on networks, you can see all the listed networks, and there is an option button, create network. Once you click on that, you could see a new menu where you have a lot of information to provide, like network name, region, number of gateways, network tags are optional, and subnet. So I'm typing my network name, Lalas-network, and then I need to select a region which is closest to my location for optimal performance. So I'm going to select Bangalore. Okay, Bangalore. And number of gateways, I'm going to keep default 1. And then I need to add subnet. So you can see the default subnet is 10.255.0.0/16. Whenever you're selecting subnet, always make sure that it won't overlap with the internal networks and other subnets. So in my case, I'm going to use 10.200.0.0/16. So I'll type it 10.200.0.0/16. Okay, I think all the necessary details are provided. Now I can create the network. You can just see everything, regions, name, and everything is fine. Yeah, so just click create network, and you could see that it's deploying Lalas-network. So this will take 10 minutes to complete the deployment. So let's wait until it's complete. So I think our network is successfully created now. You can see here on the bottom Lalas-network, and there are also other information that you can see along with the network, like you have regions, you have gateways, number of gateways is listed over the tunnels, option to enable firewall, and most importantly, it's showing it's active. Once you click on the network, you can see the same information in a comprehensive way, like regions, tunnels, IP addresses related to the gateway, etc. So now once the network is created, we need to add a gateway. So we have to click on the 3 dots next to the region, which is Bangalore. Once you click on the 3 dots, you'll get an option to add gateways. Click on add gateways, and you can see the region and number of gateways over there. There is an option to activate gateways for users. Users can immediately connect once gateways are online. So we have to check that box and add gateways. You could see on the screen deploying one gateway. And this will take a while. You can see that the percentage bar increasing. And once we complete deploying the gateway, then after that we can enable firewall policy. So you can see our gateway is successfully deployed, and you can see an additional gateway added here with IP address starting with 64.227 192.168.153. Our next task is to enable and build an access policy for a specific group. So in order to access the for firewall policies or firewall rules, while at the network menu, you can click on this three dot just below the active status and select firewall rules. The same can be also accessed from the left-hand pane under private access. We have firewall. You can choose any of the method to access the firewall rules. I'm accessing the firewall rules within the network menu. It will take me to a list of firewall rules. I'll navigate through the rules to find my network firewall. So it's showing Lalus-network, where firewall is disabled by default. So the first thing what I need to do is I need to enable it. So just enable the firewall by clicking on this toggle on the right hand side, and then by default you can see that the rule is accept. This is the network default policy if no rule conditions are met. So make it drop, which is the best practice. So now let's add rules. The first rule what I'm going to add is I'm going to create a rule which will allow connectivity for all connected users within the group to any destination by any service. So let me click on add rules here and put a name. I'll mention Lalus rule, and now we need to select the source. Click on source. There we have two options. One is you can put the addresses or groups or members. I'm going with the groups or members and select for my group which I created, which is Lalus H-group. If you hover your mouse on top of that, on the right hand side you will get a plus icon to assign group. Click on that and apply changes. So this will successfully add a source group. Destination and service should be any, so that it will allow communication to any destination by any service. Okay, and we are keeping the action as accept, and the rule status is enabled. Now we need to make changes. Apply 3 changes. So you could see what all changes are happening here. Default action change, policy status change, and there is a new rule. Click on apply. It will take a while, but it is quick compared to the time it took for deploying the network and gateway. So you can see how quickly it's moving from 72% to 83%. So once this rule is created successfully, I want to create an additional rule which will block a social network while connected to the Harmony SASE cloud. So as you can see on the screen now, the rule is successfully created, and we have provided an accept action for that. I've also created to make the things easier, I've also created another group about the rule, Lalus rule, which is to block Facebook. And you can see that the source is same, the group which we have created before, all the members of that group, and the destination is an object. So let's see what object it is. It's an object to manage address. So we have created an object and mentioning the FQDN, fully qualified domain name of Facebook, facebook.com. So idea is to block all the traffic from the system to Facebook for the users who are members of the group which we have provided. So that's how it works. And in the service section, we have mentioned any service, and the action is dropped. And the most important thing is, as we are dropping the traffic to facebook.com, we are keeping this rule just above the rule which allow all the traffic. And after that, I've also enabled the locks and I've applied the changes, and this change is in place. Now the next action, what we need to do is we need to access the Windows machine where our SASE agent is running and try connecting to all websites along with Facebook and see the response. Okay, so now I have accessed a Windows system where my Harmony SASE agent is installed, and you can see that I'm connected to Lawless-network. You could see the public IP is displayed here, the time connected is displayed, all the necessary information. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test whether the rules we have created is in place. So in order to test that, let me access a browser and try connecting to websites. So first I would like to connect to Google. Google should work normally because we have provided access to all the websites. Let me also try YouTube, and YouTube should also work. Yes, it's connecting. Now let me try Facebook. So the Facebook should block because we have created a separate rule above the all access rule to block Facebook. So the expected behavior here should be that we shouldn't be able to access Facebook from this system. So let's see if it works. Yes, now you can see the message, the site can't be reached. So YouTube is accessible, Google is accessible, but not Facebook. And it's because of our rule which says that the rule we have created is in place and it's successfully working. So that's all for this session, and thank you for listening.